Morning.
Hiya. Morning, Zig.
Grief. What brings you here at this hour?
What do you mean? Been busy haulaging for an hour and a half. Anyway, I've got to see Dad. Business.
I thought you were supposed to have retired.
Ooh, you sound like Kim. What's that you're eating? Oh, do you know how much sugar's in that?
So?
Well, don't blame me when your system packs up.
Oh, and tell me, Mr. Health Food, did you pass these pearls of wisdom on to Kathy Merrick at dinner the other night? Oh, forgot. She stood you up, didn't she?
So? Well, a letter from Clive Davis. Felt the need to say how delighted we are with our treatment from Tate's. Yuck. Toady.
Yes. A test on the water from the fish farm, they're positive.
So it is crypto.
Spiridium, yes.
Good work, love. You did well spotting that.
I think the contamination's coming from Emmerdale Farm's slurry tank.
Hey, just a minute.
Yes, Dad.
Oh, don't give me that wide-eyed, innocent look. When are you going back to university? Term started 2 weeks ago. What's going on?
Morning, Mr. Turner. Can I come in?
If you must.
I think I know what made your gamekeeper ill. There's evidence of Cryptosporidium muris.
Oh, my dear, if I had £1 for every time Seth Armstrong has swung the lid, I'd be living at Home Farm instead of you. He goes out and gets drunk, has an upset stomach, and then tries to blame me in the hope of getting compensation. You're just encouraging him with all this talk of fancy diseases.
It's not a disease, it's an organism, and you've got it. I took a water sample from your fish farm and had it tested.
What? You took a sample without my permission?
I think I did ask you and you said no.
Well, that's even worse. How dare you?
I am sorry, Mr. Turner, but there is definite evidence of pollution. It's probably not your fault.
It most certainly isn't.
The contamination didn't start at your fish farm.
I'm sorry?
This organism is usually found in animal sewage. In this case, if I'm right, it's a slurry that spread on the fields your feeder stream runs through.
But my feeder stream runs through Emmerdale land.
I'm on my way to see them now. I think the slurry tank's leaking.
Do you mean I'm being poisoned by the Sugdens?
That's not exactly how I'd put it, no.
Oh, typical. I think I'll come with you. Thank you very much for this information, Miss Tate.
It's only a theory at the moment, Mr. Turner.
When you know the Sugdens as well as I do. Come on. Poisoned by the Sugdens. Joe? I have a word, please.
Yeah.
I take it you know Zoe Tate. I'm informed by her that you have contaminated me.
What?
Oh, well, that's typical, isn't it? You put my business in jeopardy and all you can do is laugh.
I'm sorry, Alan, but what's up?
What?
Cryptosporidium.
Yes, thank you. In your slurry. It's poisoned my water supply and put my principal worker in hospital. That's correct, isn't it, Zoe?
It could be. Contaminated slurry appears to have got into Mr. Turner's water. Might be an idea to make sure that your slurry tank isn't leaking.
And what?
Your cattle will have to be tested. Yearling calves are quite vulnerable to this organism, especially in intensive rearing conditions.
Well, the tank's certainly been full since we expanded the beef herd.
Perhaps you should try and find another way of getting rid of it.
Before you poison somebody else.
Now, hang on. We don't know that it has yet.
But we will. And if I find out that your slurry has poisoned my water supply, I shall have no recourse but to report you to the National Rivers Authority.
Cheek of that man. After all he's done to me.
The tests on the calves, they should be done quite soon. Well, can't you do them? A fecal smear has to be taken and checked for the parasite. It's a job for the vet. But you were one. Student.
Oh, you could do it, though, couldn't you?
Well, if the vet will let me, I could ring them.
Right, come on. You can use my phone.
Well?
He said OK.
Great. I'll give you a hand.
I can manage.
All right. Tea?
Thanks. I'm sorry about Alan Turner. He seems to have overreacted a bit.
Wouldn't be for the first time.
It is quite serious, you know. If it is your slurry that's leaking, we are going to have to inform the National Rivers Authority.
And then what?
Dunno. Not done it before. Have to sort your tank out, I suppose. Maybe even move it. Have you looked at ways other than muck spreading of getting rid of your slurry?
No, but I think we're going to have to. I always thought students went to college to study. Or is that too straightforward? I know you have long holidays, but not into February, surely.
I was due back at Edinburgh 2 weeks ago.
So what's wrong? Have you dropped out?
I don't know.
I'm an expert on dropping out. Out of love, out of life, out of sight. You name it, I've dropped out of it at one time or another. So what's the problem? I mean, you seem to be doing okay.
I suppose I'm beginning to wonder if I'm cut out for it.
Must be more to it than that.
I'm not very impressed with the attitude of some of the local farmers. They're a sexist bunch.
That's true. But I've never come across a farmer who didn't appreciate a good vet, male or female. Too much of their money wandering around on 4 legs for it to be otherwise.
You reckon I should stick it out?
Well, that's up to you. You'll never change them, but you might win their respect. And if people like you who care give up, we'll be left with the ones who don't. I know who I'd rather work with. And that's got nothing to do with you being a female.
Tomorrow.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Zoe.
Oh, that's better. It's freezing out there.
You look a mess.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I've been up at Emmerdale checking out their slurry tank.
And?
I think it is responsible for contaminating Turner's water.
What did he say?
Didn't he say? I'll tell you what, there is no love lost between Turner and the Sugdens.
Under that calm, rural exterior, it's all going on.
If it is their slurry, they'll really have something to fight about. Oh, well. We'll know tomorrow.
And what about you? What will you be doing tomorrow?
Not now, Dad.
Are you going back to university?
Dad, not now.
That won't wash. I want a straight answer.
Well, I can't give you one.
Where's your dad?
Living room, why?
I need a favour.
Oh, something smells awful. What's in there?
Weed killer and dead fish.
What?
I had a bit of an accident with a pond and I've...
Killed all the old man's prize koi carp.
Yeah, I've cleared them all out. But I'm going to replace them. The thing is, though, they cost a fortune.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, the pond will purify itself, but I don't know when. And seeing as you said you were doing some water samples anyway...
All right. It'll cost you. I'm not paying for lab fees.
Yeah, sure, fine. Well, how long will this take?
Day or two?
Great. Well, we'll go and do it now then, shall we?
You are desperate, aren't you?
I was beginning to enjoy this job.
What'd you do that for?
Hi, Dad. I think it's time we talked. What does Duke Ellington go under, D or E?
E. Duke's his name. Not a flipping title.
Sorry. When I took the cattle smears up to the lab this afternoon, I took the top road. It's the most amazing countryside, you know. Made me realise how much I love it here. How much I want to stay.
If you leave Edinburgh now, you're a mug. All that work, time, energy will be lost. Wait until you're qualified, then see what happens. Want to pack it in then? We'll talk about it. But you think long and hard before you do something as stupid as throwing the towel in, my girl.
I have.
Eh?
I'm going back. I am not a mug, even if I don't know if Duke Ellington goes under D or E.
So what made you change your mind? Sorting out this water disease thing?
Yes. Made me feel like I could contribute something, that I could help people. It was also something Jack Sugden said.
Jack Sugden from Emmerdale?
About not giving up and leaving the field clear to the ones who don't care.
Well, I've been telling you that all along.
I know, I just had to learn it for myself and hear it from a farmer. Don't worry, Dad, I will go back, get qualified, and then I'll show them what's what.